Not overcomplicate this issue. The issue is that we have to be united in order to fight injustice. Okay, and it's not about the young lady who said she's slightly depressed because she feels that there's not that much of a chance to fight. This is not true. Every individual has immense resources, and collectively we have fantastic resources to construct the kind of challenge, the kind of fight that we need to see happen. So you must never get into this kind of cynicism or pessimism that there is no purpose in this fight, and I'm alone and I'm an individual. Don't do that to yourself. Seek out people with common ideas and common aspirations and construct the struggle. I mean, it doesn't matter in what capacity you do it. I mean, it is important that your consciousness encompasses all of that has happened to us. This experience, the common experience that we've had. If you go back into history, of course, you have to take on all the things that have happened historically to us, to our communities, to our peoples. Because all of that is in our memory in one form or another. The point is that we need to unite, we need to identify where the oppression is coming from. I think we've done all of that. We now understand that austerity is a serious issue and a serious problem, that this is a construct, it's the bankers and and a layer of politicians that rule the world, and we all suffer as a result of that. They are the ones who rule the world. And everything that happens, whether it's a race riot or whether it's a war, you can bet your life that this is benefiting those who are in power or those who are making money off of this. Most of the wars in this world are happening because people are making masses of money out of these wars.
Cheers.
Just to answer, well, I think some of that has been answered, so I'll just stick to the bits which perhaps haven't been touched on. I think, for a start, I think it's very important to say that I don't agree with your stepfather on this issue. I think that I don't feel that nothing can happen. I think Britain is just a country like any other. And also, I do feel that there's a huge wave of resistance now, which has come up, and we should be very optimistic about that. To see so many young people in a room like this, sitting through a long film, it's very, very encouraging. And I think it's simply not the case. I think the question about people of African origin and people of Asian origin not perhaps coming together. Possibly the film wasn't showing the full story, because in my experience this was not the case. Now, of course, there are attempts to divide and rule, and there always will be. For example, even among South Asians now, we're facing a massive onslaught from Hindu fascism, which is attacking Muslims in our country of origin, in India, attacking women, and also working with imperialism in terms of looting our own country. So there are all these divisions. But if we have a political consciousness, if we can see it in the context of imperialism, then those divisions are fought and we win that fight. And I'd like to just give one personal experience very quickly, and that was of the Bradford 12 case, where I was certainly very, very much involved with the campaign. And I remember we used to go down from London every week for the trial. And that campaign was fantastic, because we had people of African origin, we had people, we had Asian people, we had white people, we had trade unionists, a whole lot of people. And this was the same with the Grundtvig strike. So I don't think it's true that there were those insurmountable divisions.
I'd like to just answer the lady who asked a question about the communities being separated. My experience as well, from a personal experience, when my son was murdered by some racists in Thamesmead those years ago, we were supported by people from across the sector. That's how I got to know Assad. people from Asian communities, people from white communities, anti-racist unionists as well, supported our campaign. But I would say that there are some issues that distinctly affect people from African Caribbean communities and from Asian Caribbean. And what we did was organise around those issues and organise around the Caribbean issues and the African issues. But when it was a collective issue against inequality, we came together. With regard to yourself, I can understand your cynicism because some people think we should, sacrificed a lot in their younger days and thought that things would be a lot better. However, I see it as if we think like that, the African that was taken from Africa, brought to the Americas and slaved out beyond belief, if he felt like that, we probably would still be in chains.